Hi and welcome back to the Quarry Garden on a bit of a dull, drizzly day, but it's very much needed because we've actually had a heat wave here in the UK. Anyone outside of the UK, the temperatures that we've been experiencing, lots of countries actually have that every year, but certainly here in the UK we've had temperatures 37 up to 40, just over 40 Celsius, which equates to probably around about 95 to just over 100 Fahrenheit. And these are temperatures that we've never certainly experienced here in the UK, particularly in the north. We never get temperatures anywhere near that kind of heat. And the gardens actually struggled, I must admit, because we don't have any watering systems here. We've never needed them before. And so we've had to do a bit of hand watering this time. Not so much down in the quarry, it's a little bit too far to come with hose pipes and watering cans, but certainly in the other sections in the top quarry gardens. But thankfully the heat wave seems to be behind us and we are now back to normal temperatures, and we've had rain for the last few days, so the gardens have really perked up again. So today's video is all about cutting back down here in the Bankside border, and also some areas in the white garden, and I'm going to add a few plants down here to add a bit colour. So I want to bring you in a little bit closer and you can see what needs to be done. So the Bankside border is pretty much being swamped now by Nepeta. I've got some nice Achillea here, obviously very young plants. It'll take a year or two for those to bulk up. The Nepeta is just about flowered out now. It needs to be cut back. The Allium Millennium is okay. The Euphorbia wolfenii, which was brilliant up until probably about a month ago, with the heat, the flower spikes have died back now, so that needs to be cut back. Quite a lot of attention. Grasses have gone berserk with all of this rain that we've had, and then the heat wave and more rain, but there's an awful lot of tidying needs to be done. The Nepeta is all flowered out. As you can see, no flowers left now, pretty much just the original flower spikes left now. Some lovely geraniums wrapped in amongst it, so they may need to come out too, because I'll not be able to remove one without the other, unfortunately. Some nice daylilies being hidden away. Hopefully they will become more apparent when I remove the Nepeta. The verbascums have fallen over with the winds that we had a week or so ago. They need to be taken out. I've got quite a lot of verbascums at the top along with all of the foxgloves, so they'll all self-seed down over. So these ones at the bottom can be taken out. But there's some lovely feverfew in there. But there's not much colour, and obviously this being a new border, I want to add colour, particularly to take me through to the autumn time. So that's what I'll do today. I'll tidy up all the way through it and I will add some plants. But let me do the cutting back first and then I'll show you the plants I've got to add. it's been about a week since I cut back all of the perennials in this border to tidy it up. It was pretty overgrown. And you can actually see all of the individual plants now. And just to anyone who's recently subscribed, this Bankside border, and I'm actually down the base of the quarry now, on the bottom of the quarry. I started this about 18 months ago. The first 6 months was removing stone and weeds. And then last summer, about a year ago, I started to add plants and perennials. And they were all taken from divisions, from plants in other parts of the garden, so I didn't really spend too much money on it at that point. But now I'm going to add some perennials, some flowering perennials, because it's pretty, now that this early summer flowering is over, it's pretty bland and it needs some colour. And I've picked 3 lovely perennials to add, and the first one, or the first 2, are Leucanthemums or Shasta Daisies. And this one here is one of the very strong yellows you can actually get as a Shasta Daisy. Gorgeous. I don't know if you can be able to see that from here. Beautiful double flower, dark yellow disc in the centre. Gorgeous Leucanthemum, very pretty. Grows to about 60 centimetres in height, about 50 centimetres in width, and it's got lovely serrated leaves. And like all Leucanthemums, will rebloom during the summer months. Likes full sun, this one. Will tolerate dry conditions once it's established. This one here has been around a few years, this one. This is Banana Cream. Look at that. It's a traditional type daisy flower. Gorgeous yellowy, sorry, lemony I would say. Lemony, yeah, lemon. Lemony creamy flowers. Beautiful. Does fade to white, and when the flowers are spent, if you look down the stem to where you can see the next bud forming, just cut it off above that and it'll rebloom in about 2 to 3 weeks. This similarly for this one, so they'll rebloom all summer, so they're really good value plants, and I've wanted them for a long time to add them to the border. This one is a shorter variety, about 40 to 45 centimetres, similarly in width, and this one will tolerate some part shade. But part shade does still mean about 4 hours of sunshine per day. So I'm going to add those as well. But the star of the show is this one here. And I've wanted to add this particular plant for an awful long time. And this is an allium, but this is a perennial, and it's called Millennium. And it's not like your everyday allium that you would plant the bulb or the tuber in the autumn or the fall to flower the following spring. This is a summer flowering perennial, and to get more of this particular plant you would have to divide it. I've only ever seen them for sale here in the UK as a pot plant, but I think in the US where it was originally bred you'll probably be able to buy it as bare root, but certainly here it's only available in a pot, or at least I've only seen it in a pot. I think you may get it at some sort of specialist nursery. Sorry, fly on the glasses. You may get it as some sort of specialist nursery as bare root in the spring, early spring. But I'm going to add that to the front of the border here. It'll tolerate part shade, and like most alliums, and it smells very oniony like an allium, it will tolerate most soil conditions too. And that's about the height of it. Grows to about 15 inches, about, was that 30, 40 centimetres, similarly in width. Won't get huge. It just reblooms as well during the summer months if you cut back the spent blooms. And the bees and the pollinators just love it. They go wild for it. Lovely deep flowers once they all open. So I'm really looking forward to adding those in between the Nepeta and the Alchemilla mollis. I think they will look good against the limey colour of the Alchemilla mollis. So let me add them, and then I'll show you the whole border at the end. just to give you an idea of where this border actually resides in the quarry garden, I've come down the steps from the top part of the quarry, and on my left here is a big bank of undeveloped ground full of trees that came down following Storm Arwen and full of weeds. Future project. And then on the other side of the steps, on my right hand side, is again another big area of undeveloped ground full of comfrey, which flowered beautifully in the spring, and the bees just loved it. So I'm quite loath to get rid of all of it, but I do have it elsewhere. But this will be a project that will start developing in the winter time. And then coming down and around the path, you go past the hydrangea garden, which is another new garden area that we started to develop last September, last October time. And these limelight hydrangeas now, it's their second, well, it's not even their second year. They've actually been in 10 months so far, but they've actually done really well. So I'm really pleased about it. They're just starting to flower now. And then just beyond that is the border that I've been working in. All right, that's all of the plants in. Firstly, put in these 3 banana cream. Aren't they gorgeous? Just love that lemon colour fading to a creamy white. Love those. And then I moved on and added all of the Allium Millenniums in the front. So they now edge the path. And I really like those. I just need to have some more. Probably in the spring I will go and split them just to increase the stock. And then I added 2 additional Shasta Daisies that I hadn't mentioned earlier, and they are Broadway Lights. And again, they're very much like banana cream, got a lemon colour to them, to the petals, but they do fade to white a lot quicker. But they just add a bit colour to that end of the border. And then lastly, this trio of gorgeous yellow Shasta Daisies, and I didn't mention the name, and they're real Goldcup, and they're a new variety, again bred in the US. I think they're pretty new to the UK this year. I certainly haven't seen them before, but they're gorgeous and I love them. Well, that's it for today. I just want to say big thank you to all of the subscribers who keep returning to watch the videos, and also to the new subscribers that have joined recently. It's very much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now. Thank you.